The story begins with a thief stealing a girl's bag and being chased by the main character and his friend. They then spot the thief. He tries to escape, but they catch him, beat him up, and ask where they both went. Just then, his other friend Funji arrives. A character named Feng asks, "What were you doing hiding? And where is Sinswan?" She says, "I was secretly watching your actions." And more. If we look at Sinswan, he's flirting with someone again, as usual. Meanwhile, we show Sinswan actually doing the same thing. He's talking to the girl. "Don't worry too much. My friends will bring your bag soon. But until then, will you come out for a drink with me?" Seeing her flirting, her two friends come and beat her up. Begins and he's telling them to give himself up. Then Feng returns his bag and asks, "What's your name?" He takes his bag and leaves. She thanks him and tells him her name is Hanyi Ding, and she studies at Chongnen Girls' School and invites him to dinner with her. She asks. He says there's no need for that and you can go home comfortably anyway. Hearing this, Sinswan asks, "Are we really letting her go like this? This is the right time. Where can you find a rich girl like her again?" Then they start looking at him strangely. He says, "I was just joking." Then Funji says, I forgot I wrote a song." Hearing this, they realize they're gone because she sings so badly. And then she starts singing a song that breaks their hearts. His ears explode. Sinswan flees, saying, "I forgot my house was on fire." And his other friend also runs away. "I forgot my girlfriend cheated on me, so I have to go." And Feng is the only one left. Watching them escape, Fungi loses his mind. Things get worse, but Feng is trapped there. Looking at him, she says, "Only you can understand my feelings." And then she finds her. Mother calls him, so he says, "I have to go too." He says this and runs away, explaining that there are 4 people in my house. People live there: Mom, Dad, me, and my younger sister. After saying this, he rushes home and shouts, "What happened?" His mother replies, "Your father." His father interrupts him and says, "Feng, son, you're now. Take care of your mom and sister. I have to go." Hearing this, shocked, his sadness reaches its maximum level. He hugs them and cries, telling them not to give up so easily. Modern medical science. It has developed tremendously. Now any type of cancer is curable. Hearing this, he slaps Feng away and says, "Hey, cancer! Who's got it? I'm perfectly fine." Feng says, "If it's not cancer, then what's wrong?" His mother tells him that years ago your father was born. He had overdrawn yuan on his card, and now he had to pay million yuan. He was shocked to hear that million, and he continued, "That's why I'm going to work in the Middle East because the salaries there are a little higher." He says if I go there, it will be very difficult to return. Feng says, "Speaking of money, there must be another way." Hearing this, his parents are delighted because this is what they wanted, and they tell him, "This is what I wanted," the son's point. Seeing this, he realizes he's trapped. So he says, "Leave the details aside and tell me what to do." They say it's simple. You have to study at Chongnen Girls' School for the next term. Hearing this, he is utterly shocked and asks, "Why do I need to go to that school to pay off my debt?" They say the principal of that school was a classmate of mine, and she can give you a scholarship. But you have to study there. And if you attend that school, if you go, we'll transfer Lan there too. Feng thinks the quality of education will be much better if Lan is there too. Watching him think. His father says, "If you don't want to go, don't go. We won't bother you much." Then he says, "I'm going fine." Hearing this, they are delighted. He says, "I knew you would leave. Now the family's hope is on you. Anyway, the principal wants to meet you tomorrow, and we've already packed your things. So you can go now." He goes and finds that they have indeed packed his things, and he sits there and thinks about how 5 months ago, when I was in the same house, when I was passing by the road, a boy was trying hard to escape from there, but he could not escape. And even months ago when I was passing by there, a boy, he was trying to escape, but he could not escape. And months ago when I was passing by there, a boy was trying very hard to escape, but he was also not successful. Couldn't be done. Seeing all this, Fan becomes very nervous and thinks, "I'm going to have to spend 2 years there." Then he remembers that he needs to tell Lan, "I forgot." So he goes and knocks on the door. She asks, "What are you doing here?" He says, "You must have found out that we're both in the same school now." "It's about to read." She says, "It would be better if you don't call me your sister there, because I have nothing to do with those murderers." With that, she closes the door. Seeing this, he thinks, maybe she's still really angry with me about that. Then, Feng is shown having a dream where he's with the witches. He's unable to escape, but then he suddenly wakes up in a panic, thinking what a strange dream it was. Then his mother tells him, "No, it's because of school. It's time to meet the principal." He says, "Okay, I'm leaving." Then he picks up his luggage and heads to the school, looking at it and saying, "So this is school." All the guards look at Feng and say, he has no idea what hell he's gotten himself into. Hearing all this, he's losing his mind, but he doesn't say anything to their face. Then after climbing a flight of stairs, he reaches the principal's office and says, "Hello," as he enters. "Principal, I'm Feng Qian." Then she says, "It's been a while since we've met." Seeing such a hot principal, his cheeks turn tomato red, and then she approaches the fan and hugs it to her chest. She holds it there for a while before removing it and saying, "You've grown so much." Seeing this, she's shocked, has gone, and he is also very embarrassed and is asking, "Principal, what do you want from me?" She says, "You forgot. You always did this when you met me, and when you started talking, you called me your mom." He starts yelling. Nothing like that happened. Then she says, "I was just testing you." He asks, "What kind of test is this?" She says, "I was just joking." "Let's go now. Let's talk about business." With that, she hands him the contract to sign, saying, "I've called you here today to sign this contract. And two of those rules are quite important. Is important. The first rule is that he cannot use violence against any girl. And the second is that he cannot even form a relationship with any girl." Song adds that the second rule is very important because we don't recruit boys to flirt. Feng says, "Okay, that's fine, but I'm a boy, and they're attacking me, and I'll just keep running like a coward." She says, "If that's the case, you can defend yourself." Hang asks, "But suddenly this school is recruiting boys? Why did you start doing?" She says that girls spend time with other girls all day, so a virus has developed among them. Most girls do this. She thinks all the guys are jerks and they can't connect with guys of their same age, and we recruited a lot of guys last year. But their motive was it was about making girlfriends. That's why all the girls are mad at the guys. So this time we're recruiting some good guys and requesting them, please win the girls' trust back. Feng says, "Okay, I'll do my best." The song happily says, "Okay, then you pack your luggage." Feng takes his luggage and heads towards the boys' dormitory. He sees that his room is quite luxurious, and feeling tired after cleaning it, he decides to go out for a short walk. He is very impressed by the beauty of the surroundings. There is also a beautiful artificial lake. Just then he notices a girl's school uniform lying there. As he is pondering this, a girl emerges from the lake. They both become extremely embarrassed upon seeing each other. The girl immediately starts shouting, "What is a boy doing here?" Feng tries to explain to her, "I was just passing by. I haven't seen anything. Look into my eyes. Do you really think I could lie to you?" But she doesn't listen and starts chasing him to hit him. Feng tells her, "Don't you think you should put your clothes on first?" However, she shouts, "I will cut you into pieces." Feng then tricks her and runs away from there. The girl sits there and says, "I will kill him with my own hands." Meanwhile, Feng, having gotten some distance away, says, "Well, it's a good thing that now she—" Anyway, I was just taking a walk. How was I supposed to know that I would get into such a big mess? Then he leaves the school and goes to meet his friends. There they see Feng and start making fun of him, saying, "Look, here is our warrior. We didn't think you would come back alive. Come on, let's celebrate." And while taking his photo, he says, "If those people completely ruin your face, I'll be able to recognize you with this photo." Seeing this, he gets very upset. So he says, "Now stop this drama and help me." Sinswan says, "I have two pieces of news for you." Feng says, "Tell me the good news quickly." Sinswan says, "If we talk about the good news, you've hit the jackpot because there are heaps of beauties there." Feng asks about the bad news. He says, "If we talk about the bad news, all those people are very cruel. Last time they finished off 300 boys, and among all those girls, 4 girls are the most horrible." Hearing this, Feng starts thinking, So that means I have to stay away from those four.